Hello everyone, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell from the title, today I'm going to repot my Burle Marx Flames. I have three of these, all in semi-hydroponics, all in my cabinet. And I actually just want to get them out of the cabinet now, put them on a moss pole. So come along with me and we'll get repotting. So a little bit of the backstory is I got one of these three, I don't know which one, about 2 years ago, and it got root rot. And then I had to cut her up, and she wasn't that big, to be honest. I think she was already original cutting, so she wasn't that big. I cut her up and I popped her in three, and I have managed to successfully get all three looking pretty healthy. The only one that's not a little bit is this one here, because it was too close to the grow light, so it got a little bit burnt. And I don't know if that's just coincidental that it also is the only one that doesn't have kind of it's not going towards a mature leaf like these two here. But super pleased with them. I mean, these look unreal when they are mature. I'll put up a photo now of what a mature Burle Marx Flame looks like. For the price you can get these now, I would highly recommend, if anyone is into, growing plants, hopefully you would be if you're watching this, definitely get one. They are so much cheaper now than they were. And I think they're a little bit of slow growers personally. They are prone to root rot, so I would definitely keep urge on the side of underwatering. If you did want to make it super simple, just get a self-watering, go semi-hydro, because I've had absolutely no problems with these. They actually, a lot of the time, end up just staying on those water levels and just quite dry. And they seem to be thriving, to be honest. What I'm going to plan to do is actually put two on the same moss pole in one pot. And then I'm going to put the other one on its own pot and maybe just keep that in the cabinet. So I'm going to go a bit like one a bit safer, the other two a little bit riskier, and put in one pot. The reason is I just quite like the idea that you've got one Burle Marx Flame growing on one side of them and the moss pole, and one growing on the other. So they'll kind of look like this. I don't know if that's actually what it will look like. We'll find out. But I also do think that these are going to be pot bound. I mean, it's probably been a year since I've repotted these. They are large form, I believe. I think all Burle Marx Flames are large form. Looking at the node spacing, it's really cool how you can just, a lot of the small form climbers would just be going straight up, whereas all of these have managed to get all of their roots going into the same pot, converting it into kind of your water roots or your soil roots. So I think we should get going. What I've done is I've been very prepared. I actually just been back from the garden centre because I didn't have any pots, and I can't repot it without putting them in pots. So I've got these. I've got a selection. I don't know. I just bought that because I thought, why not? I can't see that fitting in there. But I've got a few plants on the way, which I'll do another video as well. Very excited about some of those. So I've got a few pots for those. And then I've also got a moss pole ready made. So I just made that literally probably an hour ago. And what I'm going to do is pop two of those on this moss pole with some soil. Boom. I think I'm actually going to put the damaged one back in the cabinet on its own. And I'm going to just, I know you probably can't see this. Oh my God. So she is really, really pot bound, to be honest. So these are the roots, even just taking her out of the semi-hydro. There you go. Looking amazing. There's absolutely no sign of rot whatsoever. So I'm super happy with that. I'm just going to try and pull her out without damaging too many roots. Best way to make a mess. Right, so this is Burle Marx number one. Looking amazing. Absolutely so pleased with that. So pleased. She's looking very healthy. The semi-hydro is definitely doing its job. And this is definitely the pros of the semi-hydro, is just the risk is so much lower. I know I am changing the pot and mixture into soil, but that's just because I just think it will be a little bit easier. Personally, got something behind me then. I've had a little mix up as well. I've had a little mix up with some of the plants, moved some stuff around. Got a little humidifier in there as well to get the humidity up a little bit, because I have noticed some of them not really growing, not really popping out leaves. So I've done that. Sorry, get distracted. Right, back on again. So yeah, number one, set. The main reason why I'm just not going into a more semi-hydro is just the awkwardness of having to get bigger pots self-watering. Look at that. Look at that root system. That is what you want, isn't it? That's incredible. That is amazing. It's like a little alien. Blah, blah. Yeah, super pleased. Right, I may have killed, there's a few casualties going on there, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Right, so that's number one. That is Burle Marx number one. Burle Marx number two. And they should all be pretty similar. And I'm going to probably try and find a place back here and just pop two on. And then to put one in the cabinet and really see what the difference is in optimal conditions. Although I say optimal, this is 70% humidity and it's got 3 grow lights. So I'd also probably put this as optimal. I have noticed though, I have definitely noticed, and that I'll probably do in another video, is the differences of having a few grow lights. I know it sounds really stupid, but if you want to grow plants and you want them to grow pretty big, investing in a few grow lights is definitely the way. I'll show you in another video a comparison of the same plant, well, the same type of plant, and the setup being different, and the rate of growth and the size of the plant as well is just so much difference. I mean, yeah, your electricity bill is going to be quite a bit higher. Boom, number two. So that is a Burle Marx. I don't think it's as good. I mean, yeah, I lie. That's the same. Maybe it's because I was so impressed with the first one. I thought, oh, but they look super healthy, super healthy. I'm intrigued to know what the last one looks like, because look at all this. Look at all this mixture, medium as well. Right, the last one, the burnt one, which is, once again, I don't know whether you guys have had it where you've had like a slightly damaged plant, and whether it's producing less mature leaves, but could be too close to the sun, got a bit burnt. This one's a bit like me, really. Gets too close to the sun, gets burnt. Woo. Ginger jokes. So, I mean, she's still loving it. I believe this one was actually the biggest one out of the 3. By like, when I mean biggest, I mean they're kind of all pretty similar, but I can't get it out. Oh, well, I ripped her. That's rookie. I was just a bit too aggressive with that. Oh. Now she's really getting neglect. Well, she looks pretty good. I think she probably had the biggest root system if I didn't yank her out, because I'm not patient enough. But they're pretty even there. And then she had way more going out the back. So I do apologize, Burle, or whatever your name is. So I'm going to probably like just wash out all the dead roots off that. And I'm going to probably keep that. So, but these are the 3 Burle Marx's. Boom. About 1.5 years growth after almost killing them. And they've come back. Best thing about plants is you can bring them back to life. Wow, that's not the best thing. Right, now it's choosing the pot size, really. So I actually thought that this pot would be the biggest, be the best for that. But I think the root system is so big. I genuinely think it's going to be the pot size up, which I'm pretty shocked about. I saw a video on like how you can determine the pot size by crunching it up into a ball and putting it in. But I think I just wing it, really. So I think that's probably with the moss pole as well. I think that's going to be a bit too small. So I'm going to go for this pot, I reckon, for that one, and then the smaller pot for the one where she's on her own. And then I'm going to look at that. Just seeing that there. That was it. That was the original leaf, I think. Hence why I've got the little, that didn't do a lot, did it? The original little support. So I've got my chunky mixture. Chunky aroid mix, as always. Let me know if you guys have got any Burle Marx Flames, though. I think there's 2 Burle Marx, isn't there? I think you've got, I believe you've got a philodendron Burle Marx as well. So the Monstera Burle Marx Flame. And the reason it's called Flame is because it looks like a flame, which I know that sounds really obvious. So, as you can tell from the mature photo I put up. I got the smallest cable ties to fit this moss pole, the diddiest. Yes, and a few plants coming. Few plants coming from Thailand. I'm very excited for those. They're going to come over the next month, probably. Very excited to do a little unboxing of those. Probably do a video each. Right. We have cable tied the soil up. So the bottom of the moss pole is got soil in. Clamp that down, flip it over, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. I'm also running out of soil mixture. That's all popped in, all the soil. I just have a metal pole which I forgot to pop in the back. Right. So, I believe that's done. Ta-da! I know I didn't calculate the top bit, so there's a little bit, but I will increase the moss pole anyway because it's not big enough. Well, it is big enough now, but it won't be in like 6 months' time. So I'm going to chop those off as well. So then I'm going to keep her in that pot for ages because she won't need to use hopefully the aerial roots should be going into that moss pole. So quite a big pot, I know. I will keep an eye on her. She'll be staying outside now. I also have got, drum roll please, a pot to put her in because that is Look at that. Not so bad. Not too shabby. I think that's nice. I'm pleased with that. So I'll see how she grows. I wanted to pop out some mature leaves, but I'm in no rush. I'm going to repot the other one now. I don't know if I'm going to put her in a moss pile, the other one, and maybe just see what it's like with one in a moss pile and one without. I think it'd be quite cool. The other one feels like probably getting neglected, right? So there we have it, ladies and gents. So we've got the damaged Burle Marx Flame in soil mixture without a moss pole, which I will just put in the cabinet, and we'll see if that makes any difference on doing a rookie error of putting two plants in one pot. And we've got two Burle Marx Flames here, which is going to go probably behind me somewhere on a moss pole, and I will extend that moss pole probably in 6 months' time once it grows, maybe shoots out another 2 leaves. But hope you enjoyed the video. That was just about to tip. That would have been horrendous. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more videos to come, and give me a comment on if you've got a Burle Marx Flame and how long it took to get a mature leaf. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.